Okay. So part 2, local heroes. As Sandpoint recovers from the attack and buries its thankfully few dead, the citizens do their best to get on with their lives. The cathedral is consecrated the next day during a much more subdued and indoor ceremony. But by the end of the next day, the goblin attack is being remembered mostly with chuckles. Now that the terror of the raid is over, images of goblins accidentally lighting themselves on fire, getting stepped on by horses, or drowning themselves in half-full rain barrels color memories of the raid in an almost comical light. But one thing that the locals have not forgotten is their new heroes. All right.
Is the next morning now?
Yeah.
So I'm at full HP?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck. Okay, so how do I get full? I only get HP by do we
Could
sleep
I
at
have-
night?
Yes,
I
and you
have-
get back a very few amount of hit points.
Could I
However, because you do have someone in your group that is trained in medicine and has a treat wounds, as long as we'll just say that Gore spent a few hours tending to your wounds,
Yep.
Yeah.
and because
sure
you're
to bunk.
and you're not even like sleeping in a dungeon, you're in an inn,
And tavern.
in a
Yeah.
tavern.
Yeah.
you're at full hit points. So full hit
Okay.
points, full stamina, 4 out of 4 resolve, and you should have 1 hero point.
So I got some bandages, but I feel okay today.
Yes, you feel
Alright.
okay.
Are you gonna? Do you
I'm not
choose the
bleeding
same
out.
potions?
Right. So now at the beginning of this day,
As the day
Bob,
starts,
you
yes.
get 3. You create 3 infused
Yes.
reagents.
So I'll do my 2 again.
Get 'em
And,
with that.
and remember, you can spend 1 for 2
Yes.
at this
so
point.
my 1 for 2 is me for elixir of life, and my 1 for 2 is me for juggernaut mutation.
Okay.
And then I'll leave my 1 other for a quick alchemy escape.
You don't have that cactus venom?
You want me to do that instead of juggernaut?
I don't know. I just want to see you
takes a
running into
lot.
battle, throwing shit at
It's
people.
a giant centipede venom, and it takes all 3 actions to do, and I have to interact with the person I'm doing it to.
I really thought the Juggernaut was more than just.
Yeah, I don't know why the
HP.
Juggernaut doesn't give you strength or like to
No,
hit or
it's
anything.
It's a health.
This ain't
defense.
zombies.
It's a tank.
I feel
Yeah.
like it should give you +2 speed, +2
Or like-
strength.
yeah,
or
strength,
something
like
like
you're
that.
hitting harder.
Yeah,
X-Men,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, so there's a lot of people who feel that way, which is
Yeah.
why also a lot of people say the Alchemist is the weakest class.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going with it, guys.
You're weak.
I mean, the giant centipede venom is pretty fucking ridiculous. I mean, I could go with that if you guys are thinking, but I have to get up into interaction.
The other
Well,
thing
you're already
is,
getting
the
up
other
into
thing is
people's
to
faces
realize is that the Alchemist is a support class.
Yes, supposed to be.
Yeah, it was over, right?
But the mutagen one is
You know,
not.
if you're
which is weird.
if you want to be an MVP, you know, then that's, you know, if you want to be the person that's, you know, diving in on the enemies, if you want to be that high burst DPS or whatever, then don't be an alchemist. The alchemist is
Versatility.
the alchemist is like Brightwing. You know, you're flying around in the back. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Heroes reference? I love it.
Brightwing was my shit.
So you know what? We'll just go with it. So today I'll go with the giant centipede venom.
I just want to see what it does.
It's a big poison thing. Instead of my juggernaut, I will still. Be
Also,
doing my
don't forget,
elixir.
Bob. Once per day, you can burp. You can belch.
Oh yeah, don't forget about your belt.
But I have to drink that potion.
Right, but you already.
Yeah.
I mean, you drank an elixir. You drank a juggernaut.
That was yesterday.
I know, but I'm saying yesterday when you do that though, it's a free action. It doesn't even
Yes.
take an action.
You only
So
burp
I
once a
could
day.
have burped.
What kind of drunk
I could
are
have
you?
burped yesterday.
Yeah, but when he burps, he gets to re-drink one of his potions.
Yeah, it's almost like
You
regurgitation.
should just burp every 2 seconds, bro.
You can only do one.
Well,
so,
they limit it because otherwise that'd be too good.
but that would have happened yesterday. I could have burped up my elixir and redrank it, I guess.
All right.
So continue, sorry.
Sure. So it's fine. Soon, the names of Gore, Azius, and Burl join that of Villic as local heroes. And everywhere you go, the locals welcome you. Simply walking down Main Street results in everything from the local baker, Alma Everton, rushing out of her shop.
What was her name? Alma?
Doesn't
Free
really-
bread.
that one doesn't really matter too much, but
Baker.
the baker rushing out with her arms full of freshly baked baguettes, thrusting them into your hands, saying, "Oh, you must take a baguette. They're so good. Please drink them.
Yeah,
Drink them.
Eat them."
This bitch is.
I'm drunk.
twisted.
yeah. I stop and do that.
Sleight of hand. I grab a couple extra loaves.
Um,
She's drunk. She doesn't know.
Yeah.
in any case, the locals are obviously very, very taken with you, including,
Yes.
as of course, the inhabitants of the Rusty Dragon.
And Aldern.
Right.
We need to
And
get some cash. For
Aldern.
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 Yeah.
It's like
we
Alderon.
didn't talk to him last night?
No.
Alderaan.
Okay, so can we talk to him today?
Sure.
Okay.
Aldern.
All right.
I mean, I guess we would walk out for all our rooms to the main lobby.
Yep.
Grab
And
a
we
little
maybe we'll see Villic there.
Continental breakfast.
Yeah. Villic is hanging out at the Rusty Dragon.
Yeah,
He's
he's
actually
having
at the
some
bar.
breakfast. Yeah,
He's
oh.
at the bar, chatting up, with,
Drinking water.
drinking water with
Staying hydrated.
As a
with
monk would
with
do.
with Amiko.
So we might say, oh,
Oi
Villic's
there.
here. Yeah, Villic's here. Hey, guys.
Hey, Villic.
Hello.
Good morning, heroes. How are you?
Hair of the dog for Azius over here.
Of course. Amiko turns around and passes a stiff shot of liquor down to you.
Watered down.
Do you have any oatmeal?
Yeah.
I believe we have a porridge that we could make.
Oh, great.
I'll take some of that chili from yesterday. Doesn't have to be new.
In any case, Villic here was just regaling me with some of his better tales. And in either case, I must say that I believe that no one has ever been quite so taken with anyone as Aldern is. He'll be pleased to know that you're awake.
I look forward to seeing him again. Where is he?
Yeah, I will be.
Where
I will
is
be
this man?
pleased to
Speak
take
of the
a
devil, and he may appear.
Yeah.
Seeming
Steps.
seeming much more cavalier this time. Aldern wearing a long, fanciful, aristocratic
gross.
sort of cape cloak compound with a cane capped with a.
Aldern.
Read the name, Bob. It's
Aldern.
Aldern.
Look at that luscious hair.
You didn't get me this
Aldern.
picture.
Aldern.
Look at his
All
suit.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
do
That looks like a
Alderaan.
legend.
we're gonna do two things. We're gonna give everybody else the card with the name, and then I'm gonna give Bob the Hooked on Phonics version of the card.
Yeah.
It's a weird name, Aldern.
I can't read.
His name is Azius, so don't give me any shit.
I
Is
I haven't
Azius or
said his
Azius? We
name.
don't know.
It's about to be Asius.
I haven't said his name yet. I don't know how to pronounce
Ass.
Only if we get 15 likes on the first video.
it.
There they are, the heroes of the hour, my man, Gore and company. I didn't get your name.
Aldern, my name is Burlington Abrush Big Veppin.
Well, Burlington Abrosh Vic Vecken, I am Aldern Foxglove of Magnamar, and I have you all to thank you for my life.
Name is familiar.
You're welcome.
Yes, the Foxgloves have long been a noble standing, a noble family of good standing in the Magnamar region. We own several interests in several farmlands, as well as several local businesses throughout Varesia. But I must say that I had only come through this land as a bit of a get out of the city and experience a bit of an adventure. But I'm certain I would have been done quite in by certain goblining, if that's even a word, if you hadn't have come along.
Quite an adventure it is.
Listen, I plan to return to my townhouse in Magnamar in a few short days. But before I do, I had hoped I could convince you to join me. It is said that the nearby Tickwood is home to some of the fiercest and largest boars in all of Varesia, and it's been quite a while since I've gone on a sporting hunt.
Boars.
Yes. Hunting boars in the woods. It's like a thing that medieval people do. Haven't you ever watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah, it's sort of like bros hangout thing. Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like him asking
Ah,
me
come
to-
shoot the hoops.
Yeah. In any case, I would love to have you all along for a boar hunt. I've already arranged to acquire some new hunting dogs, but of course I would provide you all with horses and spears if you need them. But I'd love to see you in action again.
I don't know if I've ridden a horse in a long time, but
Do
I
you-
am all up for hunting a boar.
Do you have any small ponies?
Yeah, I was like, can we have some ponies?
I'm 3'3".
Yeah, I'm 4 foot tall, and I don't know how tall Vilk is.
Well, I don't think a pony would be ideal for hunting boar, but I'm sure we could find a small colt that could manage.
All right, I'm game.
In any case, and of course, lest I forget, I do not want you to think me a man of poor memory.
I didn't want to bring it up.
He slides over a bulging sack
Ooh.
tied at the top with silk thread.
Mm.
Your reward. I'm sorry that I don't have any more on me, but I will say that if you ever make your way into Magnamar, I ask that you come and look for me. I will be happy to easily double what I can offer you today, as well as offer you my full hospitality. Unfortunately, I'm a bit out of sorts here in this backwater town, but 50 gold is what I can offer you today.
50 gold each or 50 gold total?
50 gold total.
Okay, so And again, that's not for you, Villic. You weren't part of that.
You were not.
Why is that?
You weren't even
16
there.
point something per person.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't divide evenly like that. It's got 50 gold coins.
You guys can have.
No, you should definitely take the majority of that wealth. And so let's see, what's 16.3 times 3?
I'd like to make a diplomacy check to argue that I should get the extra money.
Okay.
No, I'm dead.
You
Okay.
can. You totally can.
No. What do I do with money?
I don't know.
No, I'm a gambler. I do want money.
Yeah, I was saying like, yeah, you could argue with him. I assume I deserve the least. I'm very honorable and like I would not take more than I think I have earned.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Fine. He gives you enough that everyone just gets.
Nope, I get 10 gold pieces for my guy, and you guys.
It was
get-
60. It was 60 gold pieces.
60
20 to
gold,
each.
20 to each.
There you go, 60 gold pieces.
60 gold. It
20
turns out
pieces.
you're right. I
How
forgot.
dare you?
I forgot I had this backup pouch of loot.
I had this tenor.
Should know when you're doing a 3-party system.
Yes, that's true. Well, normally I think they expect you to have 4.
Well,
no, that'd
50
still be a
gold is
problem.
still terrible. They should always do it in increments of the party size. How dare you,
So
Pathfinder?
30 gold.
Yeah, but what if there was 5 people in the party?
Then it should be like they get 10 gold times X party members.
No, that's bullshit because now you're making it up depending on what the party members are. No, this is written down. Bob.
That's why I say it's got to be variables.
No, because then what you did isn't real.
I disagree. Is it Paizo? You need to figure that out.
Like if it's like the monsters have a number of hit points equal to exactly what the party members can
They do it
deal,
all the time in D&D. They
Right.
say
which is
there's-
why
5 times.
it's terrible.
17.
well, they say there's 3 goblins plus 1
Right,
per party.
which is
member.
why it's terrible.
Oh well. You can always pick if only one person wants to play today or 2 want to play today.
Get better friends.
Stop.
Oof.
Don't be in the army. What?
Yeah. Who did fucking idiot?
Well, if that's the case, then let's make our way over to the Goblin Squash Stables. We'll get you all mounts.
Yeah.
I'll
Squash staple.
Goblin Squash Stables. Yes, I'm sorry, Master Villic. It is a bit of a. It's a bit of a rough one for
It's
you.
a
there.
racial term.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It
It's
really
like
is.
calling
okay.
the token black guy, the token black guy right to his face.
Right,
He's like,
yeah.
fuck you.
Right, exactly. All right. So you guys make your way over to the Goblin Squash Stables. You guys are given a horse each. And soon, Lord Foxglove joins you along with 3 manservants who are each handling 2 dogs, 2 hunting dogs. As you guys make your way out of town, across the Tanner's Bridge, and along the southern banks of the Turandorek River, as you make your way about a mile and a half to the Tickwood Forest. Despite its ominous name, Tickwood is actually a relatively safe woodland, home to wild boar, deer, fire-pelt cougars, and of course, the very rare giant tick for which the wood is named. But, most importantly, no goblin tribes are known to dwell within its boundaries. The ride to the Tickwood itself takes about half an hour or so. Aldern immediately brings up countless conversational pieces. He's a quite charming individual, well-read and seemingly with endless stories about his life in Magnamar. But he seems to be more interested in you. So, tell me, Amiko tells me that you 3 just arrived in Sandpoint as well. What were you doing this far out into the wilds?
Goblins.
Goblins?
We're looking for goblins. We've been tracking a lot of them.
Not Villic,
Well,
but
no.
goblins in general.
There's a certain tribe that destroyed my village. We're trying to track them down and kill them.
I see.
Little revenge.
And so have you been fighting goblins long?
Yes, quite a few months now.
some of us longer than others, but recently we've gotten together here. The last couple of weeks we've been fighting strong.
I see. Do you have any harrowing tales? I mean, I saw what you did yesterday, but tell me, any other stories? I would love to hear.
I feel like I was drunk for most of them, but if you guys would like to carry on.
There was a tale of Gore where he showed up with the the bunch of dead goblins and started taking their dog slicer blades and throwing them around like they were
Wow.
cards, and he was flicking them about.
Use their own weapons against them, huh?
Use their
It
own
was-
weapons.
It's
Wow.
like, you heard of Gambit
rampage.
from
Gore.
Marvel?
This
It
is,
felt like that.
Gore, you are really quite something. Listen, do you think do you think you could show me some pointers someday? I'd love to be able to handle myself in a fight like you. It's. Look, I'll be honest with you. It's pretty embarrassing, really. I just cowered like a little girl.
Sure. When you see danger right up front like that, it's a little intimidating. But we'll get you a couple dog slicers and go to the practice range.
No. I want to learn. What do you call that? A great sword?
A great sword, yes.
Yeah. No, I want to be like you, man. I want to learn how to use one of those. Is that hard?
Well, here, try to lift this up. Indeed. Friend, you have to do some weightlifting.
Can you recommend a program?
Yes.
5x5 German technique.
5x5.
German,
exactly.
German Elven volume training.
Yeah, Elven volume. Progressive volume.
I see.
Yes.
You know, back in Magnamar, it's all the rage right now is Elven yoga. You know, I got dwarven weightlifting has really fallen out of vogue. People are afraid it's going to make them get bulky.
A bunch of pansies.
That's what I'm saying.
Beardless fools.
Mobility is important too.
Oh, really?
But strength, you gotta get that down first.
I see. So do you think I should work predominantly on strength or dexterity?
Strength for me.
Aren't you an alchemist? Still, I must say, all of you together, very, very impressive. And Master Villic, I'm sorry that I didn't get an opportunity to see you at work. The tales of your heroism and capability are legendary.
Oh, that's all right.
So soft-spoken.
One of the manservants comes back with, you hear the baying of dogs. My lord, we've spotted a giant boar. Ha ha! The chase of the foot.
Today is a good day to die.
Well, it's just a boar.
Boar.
Yes, but it's a giant boar.
Ah,
So it's like the size of a horse.
which is really, really
Should have
big.
got one of those
Damn.
horse choppers.
It's a tiny me.
All right. So you make your way to the edge of a small clearing. And now we don't really need a map for this, so just imagine it in your mind. All right, you make your way to
Or I
the
like to
edge.
Theater of the mind.
Yes, theater of the mind. So this says goblins for initiative, and I'm just going to make it say
Okay, let me use the
Boars.
facilities.
Vilik.
Yep.
Temporarily.
It sounds orcish. Do you have any orc heritage?
I did relieve Aldern of his great sword.
Oh, yeah.
He was having
It's heavy. It's big.
It's yes.
That is what she said.
I have a -1 strength. I don't think I could pick up your sword. I'm 3'3" and I -1 strength. So
Okay.
I don't
Get
think
you
I could.
guys on a program.
It might not happen for me. I'm a tiny gnome. How much? I don't know how much gnomes weigh.
Get you guys on a program.
So on the off chance we get a level here, you might want to see if you can get a trait.
Oh,
A feature?
increase that strength a little bit.
Increase that strength a little. I might want to get my med up to expert. That
I don't know how that.
So you cannot get anything to expert until level 3 or 4.
okay.
How does? Yeah, I guess I didn't read about that. How that works with the different levels of expert.
So the way it works is your class or your character. It depends on your character class. Your character profile will say that you get something called a skill increase.
Mhm.
Like I said, wizards get them, or
Sorcerers.
Fighters.
rogues get them like every level.
Oh yeah.
But for most people, you get one at 3rd level and every 2 levels. So 3rd, 5th,
And you just can choose one to.
you gain a skill increase. You can either increase
Learn a
your
new
proficiency rank or to trained, or you can
Upgrade.
increase one
Yeah.
to expert.
Did I need to roll for initiative?
And then at 7th level, if you want to, you can take something that's expert and take it to master. And then at 15th level, you can take a mastered to legendary. So at level 3, for most of you, you will gain a skill increase, and you'll either be able to take an untrained skill, make it trained, or you'll be able to take a trained skill and make it a expert.
Okay. And at 2, is there anything great?
Hell.
It depends. What are you?
Fighter.
Well, sure.
You can't take your heritage, right? Just your class.
Correct. You can only take what you get. So
Okay.
a fighter at level 2, you would gain a fighter feat,
Okay.
which you take from the fighter, and you gain a skill feat.
Okay.
Is that fight milk?
Fighter skill and fighter.
Fighter feat
Fighter
is
feat.
skill feat.
Skill feat.
Okay. All right. So ahead through the clearing, about maybe 100 feet away, you see a giant boar.
Ah, that is a really large boar.
The creature is
Just what I've came for.
huffing and puffing about. It seems like it kind of knows you're there, but is not really like directly challenging you, but it's kind of doing more like a territorial circling. The creature is
Tangle.
probably about 5 feet tall at the shoulder.
Giant.
A massive beast of a creature. All right. What do you got? Aldern's like, there it is. What a beaut.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
It's like a 6-point boar.
Open field, forest.
Lightly, I mean, you're inside of a forest. It's a fairly, it's not a dense tangle of a forest, but I would say that this counts as difficult terrain.
Okay.
So every square costs double the amount of
It's
movement.
100 feet in front of us.
Mhm.
So I'd have to move 8 times.
Well, right now we haven't even encountered it, right? We have not rolled.
No one's initiativing because
Yeah.
you guys aren't trying to be attacking it, and it's not. It's trying to like kind of put some intimidation on you.
Can we stealthily approach?
Can we
You could definitely
I feel
stealthily
like
approach.
We should be flanking it. We should
Flank?
be spreading out.
We can do that.
Just encircle this.
Yeah, I don't have to. Your loud ass is not going to be able to be stealthy, and I
You
will. so
don't
that's
know
good.
that as I drink my beer.
Is this theater of the mind, or are we?
We don't
We're
need
theater
minis
minded.
for
Okay.
this.
I mean, I think if we spread out. I mean, my good sir,
Foxglove.
Alderon.
Aldern.
Aldern.
Alderon. Quick question.
Or just call him Foxglove.
Foxglove.
Mr.
Autobot.
Foxglove.
Typically, how do you dispatch of the boars here when you're hunting? What do you do? You hit it with a bow?
Well, the safe way is usually you bring it down with arrows, but
What about a sling?
the
That's all I got.
the more honorable and glorious way is to bring it down with a spear thrust or a sword thrust to the creature's heart.
You gave us spares, yes?
Yes, everyone has a spear if you want one.
Mm.
Oh, I want one.
Yeah. I would have took that one.
I mean, that's not to say that you're very good with it.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Negative strength. It's not going to be a thing.
One dexterity.
How far is it?
100 feet.
100 feet.
I think if we just
I think we should
spread out and
semicircle
slowly.
this thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I will definitely be approaching stealthily.
All right. Well, go ahead and make a stealth check, Matt. DC 18.
13.
Okay.
I'm over here.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
just going to go this way.
Burl begins moving off through the underbrush to the right-hand side.
My badger farted.
Azius goes to the left. Azius, why don't you go ahead and make a stealth check?
Perfect.
All right, plus
Yeah.
Plus
One?
Plus 1.
DC 18.
Oh my God.
19, so
All right.
20 total.
All right. So, Azius, you can creep up next to it, and as you're getting closer,
Yeah,
Burl,
I mean,
Burl, you're suddenly crunching through some particularly
There's a lot of
dense,
leaves here.
dense undergrowth. Looks like the fall came early or something. A lot of dead leaves here. Anyways, as you kind of crunch through and make an extra couple of cracks and pops, the boar's head suddenly lifts from the ground where it had been rooting in the dirt, and it suddenly like stares down at you. Its hoofed feet begin scuffing into the dirt, digging deep furrows.
Oh.
And the boar lowers its massive tusked head and prepares to charge the small gnome.
All right.
yep.
All
You're
right.
a gnome?
Yeah.
Yeah. You smarter than me.
All right, so let me get an initiative from everyone else. Hold on one second. I'm going to roll the boar first.
Am I gonna stealth a 7?
All right, so-
Holy shit.
So remember, this is going to be a perception check, except for the gentlemen who are stealthing.
Okay.
It's going to instead be.
A stealth check.
Oh, okay.
So really quickly, Danny, use your perception, which is on the right-hand side with the magnifying glass, plus a d20.
Okay. So I got 2.
22.
2 plus what?
So I gotta roll a 20?
Yes, d20.
I got a 12.
That's 12 total or 12 plus 2?
12 plus 2, I got 14.
I rolled a 10. Now I was stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
before.
you're making a stealth check.
I'm making another stealth check.
What is your stealth? Yeah, make
It's
a
the
stealth check.
initiative check.
I'm not
as
making a stealth check.
So
Were you,
my
Villic?
19 earlier did not count?
Okay, hold on. Villic, are you stealthing up as well?
I figured I would because I have a lot of stealth.
Okay, so yeah, make a new stealth check.
So it's your
Okay.
D20 plus
So
your stealth.
whatever you rolled on your 20-sided die, and then add it to whatever your
So
stealth.
12.
What's your
My stealth says it's 7.
So you got a 19, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So Villic got a 19. Gore.
22, 16 plus 6.
Gotcha.
Damn, he's super sneaky.
Well, I don't
So
think
my
you're
stealth
stealthing.
check from earlier
No,
was
he's just-
19.
Nope.
He
Yeah,
just
it
heads
doesn't
up,
matter.
ready to go on that board.
So I said stealth twice?
Because the first one was to see if you were stealthy, and then now combat has started. Now you're making an
so
initiative
it's
check,
another
but you're
stealth
making
check?
the initiative
Jeez
check
Louise,
as
somehow.
a stealth check.
So I guess I'm 11.
Okay.
That's terrible. Well, why did I even
Don't
roll the
worry, the
first one?
spear-
You're
Mine's
the one
8.
making all the
What's that?
fucking noise.
Spear is 20 feet range.
That's for
Throw.
throwing. Yeah.
There are can you throw farther?
Roll.
yeah.
What's your?
8.
Okay, you got roll low.
Yeah. I
Can you
rolled a
throw
3.
farther with? Does it incrementally go -5 per 20 feet or
It
something
is
like that?
not -5.
-2 for every 10.
No, it's none of those.
Huh.
What is a spear?
It's
Is it D6?
a D6.
What
yeah.
is a boar?
Yeah. It's funny.
It's an animal.
I got these D6s from Wormwood. They're really sweet. And one of the pips came out of one of them.
Oh wow, shitty.
Yeah, I was
Shitty
like, how
design.
shitty fucking shit.
All right, so here's every thrown
What's
weapon
one
has
to
what's
know?
called a range increment.
Yep.
Okay, if you attack with the weapon
one.
inside of that range, you get attacked with no penalty.
Okay.
For each increment of that range, you get a -2 penalty.
Okay.
So, for example, if you throw up to 20 feet away, no penalty. But if you go past 20, but before 40, or up to 40, it's a -2. If you go to
It's
60,
not that bad.
it's a -4.
Hmm.
If you go to 80,
Okay.
it's a
That's cool.
-8.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
And you can only attack up to 5 range increments away. So the farthest you could throw a spear would be 100 feet. But you would get
-8.
at at -8.
Okay.
It's a pretty good chuck, though.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good chuck. Okay, now, so Asius.
Hmm.
It is a technically the creature. It doesn't know you're there.
Oh,
Because you're stealth.
So Asius, you get to go.
Interesting.
You get to go first
sweet.
in a surprise round.
But I'm 100 feet away.
No, you got about.
We
50
moved up a little
You're,
bit.
you're about
okay.
halfway there. 50
So I'm
feet. 50
definitely
feet.
chuck the spear at him.
50 feet.
So I'm at -4, you think? You said?
If you're at 50,
50
feet.
feet -4,
Okay, so I roll my 20-sided dice.
and you get to add your dexterity.
Lovely.
And
11.
it's flat-footed to him.
Correct.
11.
The creature is flat-footed because it is it's
Is
surprised
this -4 to this or to the damage?
just to the attack roll.
Okay, so 7 total?
Yeah, that's really bad. All right.
Yeah, well.
Asius
no,
breaks
not
from the
good.
cover. It sails through the air
forge.
and just hits into a trunk.
Oh, that was a tree.
It just doesn't absolutely
I'm not
nothing.
good at the throwing thing.
Yeah, you
Or the
suck.
drinking.
Okay, so that was the surprise. So now we go into the normal initiative. All right, Gore.
I'm gonna throw my spear from 100 feet away.
Well, I think you're closer. You're
No, Gore didn't move up.
He
He
didn't
didn't
move
try to
up,
stealth
okay.
up. So while you guys were like going out on the
he was
on
just,
the
he was hanging
wings,
out, he was chilling.
Gore was kind of like hanging back with Aldern and the dog. So
Spear is simple or martial?
it is a simple.
Simple. Cool. I'm
But-
expert.
You should be an expert. So.
Yeah.
But it's plus your dex. So it's 5 plus your dex.
Okay.
So what's your dex?
2,
So 7,
7 plus the D20.
but then you have to subtract 8.
-8, yeah.
Okay, so -1.
Right.
-1 from the roll.
All right, like an Olympic level javelin, you just like because it's got like an arc. You're
Yeah.
just like throwing it across the forest clearing.
Yeah.
You whip a spear through the air. It and it lands a few feet away from the boar.
Does it even know I threw
Ooh.
it?
I mean, yeah. In fact, remember it's a simple creature, so it saw this thing, but suddenly this spear lands next to it, and the boar's like looking its head around, trying to see like what
Pissed
happened.
off,
Right?
guys.
Yeah.
Pissed off.
Gore, what else do you want to do? You have 2 more actions, Gore.
Did it go the whole 100 feet?
Yeah.
I'll run 50 feet towards my spear.
Okay. Which is 25.
Oh, 25.
because of the difficult underbrush.
Right.
All right, so Gore begins moving in on the boar.
Yeah.
And you have nothing in your hands.
I'm heading for my spear.
Okay. All right.
That's the honorable way to kill it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Villic.
I got a dagger, and I'm gonna try to kill with this.
So
one.
it says I have a speed of 25.
Yes.
How-
That's
Is that like
12.
25 feet?
Yep.
Okay, okay. How far am I?
You're about 50 feet away.
All right, so I'm
But-
gonna sneak in 25 more feet.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Again.
Okay.
And,
I rolled a d20.
yep. And normally the creature it's a DC 18, but the DC
I got an 8
Yeah,
plus 7.
You're gonna fail.
but the DC's lower because the creature's distracted.
Oh, okay.
Because it's saw burl,
Dodging.
spear landed next to it. So
Me, I was throwing
Villic,
shit at it.
you sneak in through the underbrush, and now you are like pretty much just 10 feet away from the boar.
Mm.
Cool.
Does he have one more action?
Yeah, you have one more action. But you can't really attack
I'm
it,
a brawler.
right? Because you've got fists. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it says I have a long spear, staff, all this, but I'm probably not gonna use it.
All right. So the boar begins making its way across the forest floor towards Gore.
The
Is it away
that's
from me?
25 feet away.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of moving closer to. It's kind of moving closer to.
I'm gonna like pass you up.
It's going to get closer to you and then a little bit further away from you. So it's probably going to be about the same distance. All right, now the
Okay.
creature's speed is 40, which means it's going to take
Holy
it's going to take all 3 actions to move towards you, but it moves at half speed.
Yeah.
So it moves 20, 20, 20. So it moves 60 feet.
Okay.
And as it moves across the forest floor, you recognize it, Gore, that this creature basically has the boar version of sudden charge.
Sure.
So it can move twice and attack. But
Okay.
all right, Azius,
So now, how far am I away?
you're pretty much even with it now.
Well,
Miss.
the hammer's probably not the
I would say that you're 2 strides away.
So I have to use
2 actions if
actions
you
to
wanted
get
to,
close.
to get close enough to hit it with a
that's what
mace.
I'm gonna do. So, well, I'm gonna go up to it.
All right.
With
Azius
two of my actions.
bursts from the
He already knows I'm there because I fucking missed with my spear.
from the background on top of his horse. You see Aldern raising his spear up. He's like, "Give him hell, Azius! Yes!"
So I yell, "For the forge!" And then I take out my dagger, which is my family dagger, and I will, because that's the honorable way to kill the boar. And I'm going to try to hit it with the 12 total damage.
All right, your dagger just bounces off of the creature's
Yes!
inch-thick hide.
Drunk ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're about to Robert Baratheon it real hard. You're drunk hunting boars. Burl,
Do things.
that's you, buddy.
Burl is ready to cast Tanglefoot.
Oh, so
On the boar.
unhonorable.
Well, I'm trying to make it easier for you guys.
Oh, slow it
So I'm
down
gonna make
a
him
little
slow him down a little bit.
bit.
All right, what does this do?
Weakling.
If I hit, so a vine-covered sticky sap appears in thin air, flicking from your hand and lashing itself to the target.
What is the range?
30 feet,
Okay, you're good.
and then it just slows him down.
Okay, it's just against his armor class, which is 18.
15 or 25. I have a 15, 25. I add 7 to
Excuse me,
that.
what? Excuse me?
18 plus
18 plus 7, 15.
It's the second number,
Is that
was
a
right?
crit?
I forgot to.
No,
carry over.
it's got to be, you have it at 28.
Okay.
All right, so the target takes a minus 10 foot circumstance penalty to its speed for 1 round, and it can try to escape against the spell DC.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Minus 10 speed
Okay.
for the round, and then you can try to escape against the spell DC.
Okay. Okay, well,
So he's slowed.
okay. So one of the forest vines lashes around him and pulls him down. What do you want to do with your other action?
Pet my badger. I'm a pet Lucky for him.
I mean, you can do a lot of stuff. You could hide.
I could hide, but he's not chasing after me now.
If you command.
Yeah,
Lucky,
but here's the
doesn't he
thing.
get 2
But here's the
things?
thing, Matt.
Yeah.
Like if you hide and then you're hidden to him, your next attack against him, he's flat-footed against that attack.
All right, so I'll use. I have 1 action left because there's 2 to cast a spell.
Yes.
I'll use. Well, everyone else is gonna be throwing spears at this guy, right? So I don't know
Or
that.
stabbing
I have
him.
no more spears.
All right. Well,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna have.
daggering.
I'm gonna instruct Lucky to get up, ready to be flanking with someone.
Okay, Lucky
Against
begins moving forward against the giant boar. Okay, Gore.
We're 20 feet apart now.
Like, yeah, about 20, 30 feet. You're about 2 moves away.
Okay. I will take out my great sword
Okay, that's one action.
Hell yeah.
and sudden charge the
Can't do it.
No.
Oh, you have to sudden charge first.
Oh.
Without your sword, what are you doing?
Elbow?
Oh yeah. No. And the spear's now behind the boar, right?
Yeah, you've thrown
It's
past
like
it.
60
It moved
feet
for you. It's
behind
like
it.
60 feet behind it. So this is where like the strategy of the game comes in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sudden charge is great, but it has to be the first thing that you do.
That's right.
And so since you don't have your weapon out, it kind of puts you in a disadvantaged situation. I mean, again, I'm not trying to like shit on you. It's just like
Oh no, that's
this
good.
is like
This is
Shit
the
to
Yeah,
beginning.
shit on.
It's good
Shit
to learn
away.
it now.
right.
instead
It's
of
good to learn it now.
Two
Right?
months
How many
from
feet are you away?
You should be
two
under,
moves.
under 40.
So I either have to
So-
move,
Two
move,
moves.
pull out the
Yeah.
weapon, or
So here's what we're gonna do. Aldern runs up next to you on his horseback, and he goes, "Here you go!" Like real excited, like he's part
Yeah.
of the action. He's like, "Here you go, Gore!" And he hands you his spear. So you
Yeah.
have a spear. So
all right.
What a guy.
So then you could double or
and so now you can sudden charge.
I'll sudden charge with the spear.
All right. So Aldern rides up as Gore's making his way forward. So Gore kind of takes a few steps, throws the spear. It goes wide of the boar. The boar begins charging forward towards Gore. Gore starts moving forward, going for his greatsword. Aldern rides up, hands him the spear. Gore breaks into a full out round, breaks through the underbrush, and
And strikes with the spear.
yep.
Might strike with the spear?
Plus,
It's the same attack bonus as yours.
25.
So, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I think you have 9, don't you?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it should be
Plus-
plus
plus
9.
he's flanked.
Wow.
She's 21. 22.
22.
and then his AC is -2 because he's flanked.
Right. And as you get closer, suddenly Lucky, the badger, emerges, snapping at the door board. So the boar's armor class drops.
My badger.
Well, what the hell is that?
Badger.
The gnome sorcerer has a pet badger.
That's a familiar.
He's my
It's like a
favorite.
rhino.
And so what did you get? Rory?
So 13 plus, I usually have a 9 on the
Yeah.
great sword.
Right. It's the same
Yeah.
bonus.
Okay, yeah.
That's
22.
Okay. Not a critical, but
Okay.
definitely a hit. So go ahead and roll your full damage. I think a spear's D6.
D6, yeah.
Yeah. But you had your strength.
+4.
Plus 4 is
Yep.
an 8.
Yep. Okay.
And then
And you now have a second attack if you want it.
How does the boar look?
So he stabbed the
Yeah, he's
so
stabbed.
With a
still
spear.
had the spear.
Yeah,
there.
you still have the spear.
yeah, I'll go again with the spear.
Okay, you got to attack again.
Minus 5.
Minus 5. So only a plus 4. But 20.
20.
Hit.
And, plus
5.
5. Yep.
I mean the boar. So Gore like stabs him and like it kind of like rips through the creature's tough hide, but doesn't
That's
seem
me
to
at it.
penetrate. But then the second spear definitely punctures in between two ribs, and you can see that the boar is kind of thrashing around, trying to bring its head around so that it can just double tusk Gore, ripping him open from balls to brain.
Hopefully Villa can take care of
Damn.
And Villic, that's you,
Local
buddy.
hero.
So now it's time for you to fucking dive out of the
Kick him.
woods,
Yeah.
kick him in his face.
So now I'm. It ran in and attacked him, so I'm
Yeah.
farther
It's in
away.
melee combat.
You are one move away. So you have to spend one of your 3 actions.
Am I behind it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it moved a little
Okay,
bit. past you.
so I'm gonna move in and then attack with Wolfjaw. It says trades is unarmed finesse backstabber,
Yes, exactly.
agile non-lethal. So I
Yes.
don't know what that really means.
Okay,
but-
so what it means is monks have different stances, and in your case,
yeah, I picked the wolf. He
Yeah.
sounded cool.
right. So so the damage for your unarmed. So normally damage from your unarmed attack is just like two points of damage or something. But your wolf jaw attack, I think, does D8. Does that sound right?
Jaws says 1d8. Wolfjaw says 1d4. So I don't know what happens first. Because Jaws is just finesse unarmed. Wolfjaw says unarmed finesse backstabber, agile non-lethal.
All right. Well,
But they're the exact same stats, except Wolfjaw is a 1d4, Jaws is a 1d8.
wait.
I don't really
so
know.
you have wolf jaw. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Wolfjaw and Jaws and Powerful Fist.
Wolf jaws.
I don't know what the second one is, Bob.
Which
I can
one's,
screen share if it helps.
so he's got wolf stance.
Oh, he has wolf stance. Okay, yes. The wolf stance gives you access to the wolf jaw.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, he does 1d8 piercing damage with his attack. And
So I'm doing off the Jaws one.
Yeah, you're doing 1d8 points of damage. Correct.
Okay.
And it's agile,
So-
backstabber, finesse, non-lethal, unarmed. Which is a long way of saying you're going to do 1d8 point. Why are you doing that?
That was Matt.
When they see it, I'm going to cut to it on the screen when I do the edit. And what backstabber does is if a creature is flat-footed, which this creature is because you're flanking it,
Okay.
you get to deal an additional 1 point of damage.
Okay, cool.
But the other thing that you want to do here as a monk is you're going to want to use your one action to do a flurry of blows. And that one action lets you make 2 attacks.
So he moves up.
So I have to use one action to get close
So
enough.
you use one action to get close enough, and then you use one action to make 2 attacks.
Okay. And then that's off the 1d8, or that's just off the 1d6 for Powerful Fist?
It's off the 1d8.
But first you have to roll a d20.
But first you have to hit.
Yeah, so you've used one action to move. One action now is to use flurry of
2 attacks.
Yeah, so one action to move, one action lets you use flurry of blows, which is the one action symbol. And it says make 2 unarmed strikes.
Yeah.
So roll,
Okay.
Roll d20.
And
Plus
I
your-
rolled.
Wolf Jaw attack has the unarmed trait, which means you can make 2 Wolf Jaw attacks.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Which is, and I don't know what I wrote down, Danny. 1d8.
Well, you have on this sheet, it says Wolfjaw is a 1d4.
Yeah, well,
I
it
don't
is.
know.
It is definitely a 1d8.
1d8. Danny.
1d8? Okay.
Well,
I'll just remember that.
Hit your 120 d20.
Roll your d20.
So I have to roll a
first,
20?
Yes, and then you're going to add whatever your unarmed strike attack is. Which
Which should be
I
your
don't- I don't-
strength plus your efficiency.
I don't know what Bob wrote down on your character sheet, so
Is that on page 1?
What's your strength?
Make
Yeah,
sure-
on page 1.
make sure I
My strength is
make sure I
3.
copy it. We should
I have. I
Oh,
got 2.
wait. My strength modifier is 3. My strength overall is 16.
No, strength master 3 and your efficiency is 3.
So,
This-
It's what he has.
On your sheet.
Okay.
Funny one.
Let me roll real quick.
All right,
I
Danny.
need to figure it
All right,
out.
so here's the
So
deal.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, yeah.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, so here you go, Danny. Roll 2 dice. One is going to be d20 plus 6, and then make another attack d20 plus 6.
Okay, so the first one was an 8.
That's not going to hit.
Little delay there.
The second one is a 19.
Okay, so the first attack misses, but the second attack from the Wolf Jaw hits. So you're going to do 1d8 plus 3 damage, and then you're going to add an additional point of damage because it has the backstabber feat. Wolf Jaw is particularly effective whenever you can get behind a creature. So you're going to
Okay,
do
so
1d8 plus 4.
I got 4.
Okay, so
9 points of damage.
9 points.
8 points.
8 points of
Is
damage.
it plus 1?
He does plus 3.
Oh, you already calculated it in. Sorry.
Yep.
Plus 4.
So it's 4 plus.
4 plus 4. 4 plus 4.
3 plus
Oh.
1.
It's 4 plus 3 plus a bonus 1. So total of 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So Villic flips out, comes in with 2 double overhand chops. One is one misses, one hits. But that only is 1 action. So Villic has a 3rd action left.
But if he tries to
I gotta
attack,
attack.
it's minus 10.
It is minus. Now he gets both of the penalties at the same time.
So every time you attack, in addition to your first attack, you get minus 5, then minus 10.
So
So flurry of blows counted as already a -5.
no,
Yeah.
it does, but it only applies the penalty after you make the attacks. That's what's so nice about it. It lets you make 2
Okay.
lets you make 2 attacks at once, and
Without
then
the penalty.
without the penalty. But now you have
So
the
the
penalty.
second one is.
But the good news is all unarmed attacks are agile, and agile attacks don't take -5, -10. They take -4, -8. So if you did make a 3rd
So
attack,
-8.
it would be at -8 so you'd be rolling at -2, which isn't great.
Did he still
2.
make 2 attacks though?
He did. He
I mean,
rolled-
2 more. Both at
I'm
-4.
gonna roll. I'm gonna do it
Oh.
again.
Or is it just
Yeah,
one
do
single?
it.
No,
Man.
flurry of blows has the flourish trait, and that means you can only do it once per turn.
All right, so Danny,
Oh,
roll
so I can't
so it's just a
do
regular
flurry of blows
attack.
You
again.
Just a
can't do
regular
you can't do
attack.
double
but you can
flurry
still
of
do your
blows.
wolf jaw.
You can still make a wolf jaw
Single.
attack,
I can do one more.
Just
attack.
one
okay,
normal
so I'm
attack.
gonna roll a 20.
and then subtract 2.
Got 8 -2. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a
no.
hit.
All right, but Villic did hit,
Think
and
like
now the gore gets
58.
to go, and it is going to lower its head and try to rip open Gore.
Oh.
Always gonna
You're
roll.
full. You're full of hit points now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Gore,
I have razor tooth. I don't know what that is, but I have that.
plus 10.
29.
What?
Critical!
That's critical.
Shit.
For
Damn,
sure.
get slapped.
Dude,
Plus-
he's been rolling hot all night.
He has
man.
plus 4 doubled. 28 damage.
Holy shit.
I don't have 28.
Yo, that would
Okay.
kill me.
You were dying one.
This
or
is
maybe
why
more.
it is quite the
That's
hunt.
You got ripped
You
balls
are
to
dying
head, bro.
one.
Balls to head.
Yeah, I mean, as described.
Balls to
right?
brain.
Now,
Balls to brain. That's what it was.
I wouldn't recommend that you use it. But one of the things that you can do with a hero point is also you can reduce a critical against you to a normal hit, and you can reduce a hit against you to a miss. But I wouldn't recommend you use it right now.
Yeah. Against the big boys.
What is the frequency of getting a hero point, roughly?
It's entirely dependent upon my prerogative.
Is it roughly like...
In the game, no, it's very different even from Mutants and Masterminds.
Yeah.
Like in my system, hero points are very, very much like a story. Like it's not like I cheated, I give you a hero
It's
point.
more,
you need it for the boss.
infrequent than Mutants and Masterminds.
More infrequent than Mutants and Masterminds. I would say that, maybe you could get one, maybe at most probably 2 a session. But it really depends on if you're doing something awesome. And also to keep in mind that I'm not... if someone does something really awesome or funny and we're all laughing, or it was really cool, it was really kick-ass, and I missed awarding Matt, a hero point, or Bob a hero point, feel free to bring it up. Be like, I think that's worth a hero point. And I'll be like, oh yeah, you're probably right. Like if it's awesome enough that we're all digging it beyond belief.
Yeah.
The other thing is you'll get hero points when you do things that are particularly heroic. Like this could be the most epic fight of all time.
Saving that noble.
But killing a boar while hunting isn't heroic.
Right.
But saving the town,
Mm-hmm.
right, was heroic.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of times it's not about the difficulty, it's about the context.
Sure.
Right. So anyways, the boar rips Gore a new one. It tears him up. Gore drops to the ground unconscious, but this thing is animalistic and driven by hate and rage. It attacks Gore again.
Oh, no.
I get that new character sheet ready.
Yeah. So Gore,
Yeah, we need another player.
Gore's cousin is on
so
the
Gore,
way.
you're prone. So you have, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
So you're basically your AC is -2 to what your normal AC.
Okay. 16.
I think
18 minus 2.
sounds right. Sounds right.
Math checks out.
But this is plus 5. 18.
Gonna be a hit.
All right. So you're now
He's
dying
actually
2,
dead.
Okay.
and now it's going to attack you a third time. Plus 0.
God. Doesn't it have minus
14.
5?
And that's -10
Yeah,
right
Minus
now.
10. Okay.
So straight plus 0. 14. Does that hit you?
no.
No. Okay. So you're at dying 2.
Okay. These boar hunts are no joke.
Okay.
This is for real.
Aldern screams out. He goes, "No, my brave knight!"
He's got a man crush on you.
Fuck
Azius.
that thing got him.
Azius. It's your go.
Okay, so this thing just stepped up to get him. So it's still next to me.
Yes.
So yeah, so taking out my dagger again, and
Tackle him.
maybe I can do it this time.
All right, bring it.
All right. So regular roll here plus 5, 9.
Yeah, that's a very bad. You need multiple dice. You need no. You need dice jail.
Yeah.
Then you need dice prison.
Yeah.
And then you need dice Shawshank.
Yeah. We're gonna go one more time with the -5. So this is gonna be a straight roll versus his.
This is why you don't let your children pick your dice.
do it for them. Do it for the children.
Do it for the children.
Got
There we
19.
go.
Hit,
19.
hit from Azius.
Yes, but this is only a
D4
D4
plus
plus
2. But it could be enough to kill it.
5.
And it is.
Hey!
Ah, with my family's strong forged dagger with its ruby inside.
Luckily, as the boar continues to toss and gore as he's on the ground. You ever see when a unconscious
Oh,
a
the bullfighters.
cowboy or bullfighter
Yeah.
is just getting tossed around
Flopped around.
like
The
that.
He's already
Like a
knocked
rat.
out.
Like you're already knocked out. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just getting.
I mean, you did
You're
it-
ending over end over
you
here.
did the majority of the damage,
Right.
right? And then
Sure.
the punches.
My dagger does not.
We were
know
trying
that.
to finish it quickly. It
But
didn't happen.
as the boar is just tearing into you, Azius kind of skids underneath the creature and just cuts open the belly, hits a major
like a
artery.
tauntaun.
The creature bellows out in rage. It drops to the ground to one knee. It gives one last sort of defiant growl or snort, and then it collapses to the ground in a huff. Aldern leaps down from his horse's position and begins trying to administer first aid to the dying Gore.
He's proficient, yeah?
He is not.
Oh, my God.
But luckily, even
He gives
untrained
you goblin
people.
pox.
I go over
Oh,
to these,
God.
Luckily, even untrained people can attempt first aid.
I
First
go over
aid
to
is
the
what
boar.
will stop you from bleeding to death.
Okay.
with my hands.
So here we go.
Feel it?
Respectfully.
Oh,
Very honorable.
What is your
I
dying
kill.
value?
start cutting it up. Cook it up.
After you
You're talking about the
Ain't
2,
worth
yeah?
much.
say thanks.
What your dying value is 2?
2.
Great.
I have to say thanks to the boar for the
Don't
valiant
feel
fight.
shy about those 18 rolls.
Those heavy
on
rolls
this.
now. Yeah. Bring them heavy rolls for the health.
Get them heavy rolls.
Sounds like a cool bread
He
roll.
rolled really high.
Yeah, Dara's dice are legit.
My
dice not legit.
They're weighted.
They're pro level.
the DC was 22. So,
Wow.
but he has a good wisdom.
Yeah.
So, and this is literally the only medicine thing that you can do untrained.
Okay.
So, anyways, he is able to stabilize you. So, you go to 0 hit points.
Is
Is he
multi-class?
wounded too then?
I'm sorry, you lose the dying condition.
Just one.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. That you lose the dying condition and gain wounded 1.
It makes it worse.
Just wounded one, even though he's at dying two.
Correct.
Oh, I'm at wounded 1.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to inquire about how multi-classing works. So maybe I should take a couple levels of cleric here.
Well,
Do I have HP or am I unconscious?
you are at 0 hit
Okay.
points. You are unconscious.
But the bleeding has stopped.
Jesus, you got any of those? Potions?
I got lots of
All right, well,
potions.
if you force feed it down here in Gore's throat again.
Did you
there's
see?
there's
Is
lots
the
of
danger
openings.
done? Is the danger?
I mean, yeah,
passed?
the creature's dead.
Okay, so I give him a potion.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your d6. I think it is right.
It's a D6. Yep. 1d6 for 2 health for you.
All right. Well, that's enough to bring you up.
Yeah. It seems like he's gained some breathing. I can see his eyes, a little white.
He's back with us. Another, another blow that would have slain any lesser man.
Indeed.
Did you guys see me kill that thing though?
Hey, last time. Look, yesterday you killed a goblin. Today you killed the boar.
Yeah, you missed
Looks
it,
like
Danny.
you're on the
Aziz,
up
you're
and
on
up.
fire.
We were doing Brick killed a guy. Did you see it?
Azius is on the up and up.
I've been killing things left and right. Honorable to Torag himself.
Can't throw, but he can stab.
Yeah. Don't be in my way for destiny when destiny comes for you.
Oh.
Yes, the skull hammer will bring forth a reckoning that you'll never know, and I will be honorable to my kills.
See you.
What's going on with our GM right now? But he had disappeared.
Took something outside.
Bodies.
Oh.
I think he was butchering the boar.
Yeah, butchering the boar.
I can cook it up. I got some burning hands to start frying up
Yeah.
some
Well, I'd use my family.
I heard
dagger.
cook it up.
fire grill,
We're
some
gonna
boar.
bury it in the sand with
My
some
family dagger's only
coals.
for kill.
Oh, like the
So I
Hawaiian,
clean it off right at this moment.
Aldern says, "No. Come on, I have hired men for that."
Ah, yes.
The manservants begin field dressing the boar and start hitching it up to 2 of the horses. No. I already told Amiko to prepare her cooking pots. It's going to be wild boar stew for us tonight, boys.
Ooh.
You got good control on the man hose.
Listen,
Man-hose.
it's good to be rich. Still, I don't think I've ever seen one taken this big. Not in some time. The last time a boar this size was brought down, I think the party came back down a few men.
Oh my God.
Well, you can-
Not with
we
a
almost
party like
lost the
this.
guy ourselves.
Well, you can see now why, although it is advisable to take them at ranged, you can see why there is much more honor in taking them in hand to hand because
melee combat with a boar.
Did you
because-
see me kill that thing?
because it ripped him open from piece. So real talk.
I was
All the brain.
unconscious, but yeah.
Yeah.
Scar on
So
the boar.
realistically, though, so the boar is level 2,
Oh wow.
which pretty much in this system would count as sort of like a mini boss.
Okay.
When something is a level higher than you, like just even
Well, I
one
mean,
level
like,
higher than you,
That's
it's no joke. It'll
yeah.
probably hit you,
Yeah.
right? And not only will it probably hit you, it has a really good chance of critting you. Like
Yeah.
he has an AC of 18.
Yeah.
What's your AC?
Mine's 16.
Right.
15?
Right. So he crits. So
With
that creature
16 hit
hits you.
points?
That creature would hit you on a 5 and crit you on a 15.
Yeah.
And then what's
I didn't even think about
like
that.
average damage?
It's 2d8 plus 4.
So 8 and then 12 on average.
Yeah.
So that I mean
It's almost my entire HP.
yeah yeah.
At
I mean, it's all my hit
minimum,
points.
he
It's all
did
hit
a
points.
third of my health.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I think
So-
you got hit for how much?
Get
that time?
28.
Like
28. So if I
But
have
he got
16 hit
critted.
points,
Yeah.
if I have 16 combined hit points with stamina and hit points, and I get hit for 28, does that just go like? Because
you lose all your stamina first,
You're
Yep.
dying too.
and then you lose.
Yeah.
Then you
Did
lose
you
your
not
hit
see what
points, and when your hit points go to 0, you gain dying 1.
Oh, dying.
But if it were a particularly
You could
awful hit, like really really strong
if
hit.
if it's a critical hit, you would go to dying 2.
So
Actually,
the
it should've been
worst case is going to dying 2.
Yeah.
Like a dragon shows up and fights me. Worst case. I
You
take
mean
the
is there
brunt.
like a massive damage?
Yeah, like you got hit for 50 and
You
you're
got
at 20 hit points.
disintegrated.
Yeah, you're at negative. You go right to dying dead.
Yeah,
so-
dying dead.
Dying dead as fuck. I don't know what that's called.
I didn't even think about me having 18 AC and getting just
Yeah,
blown
it was
away.
not. The boar was actually quite strong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
no,
it's a level 2.
it doesn't. No. Yeah, you could take 100 damage,
The worst you can get.
and
is
you're at
dying.
2 hit points. You'll be at dying 1.
Okay.
Dying.
You could get crit for
Dying 2.
3
Yeah.
damage.
And put
But
to dying,
dying
2.
two.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
None of that
nonetheless-
matters if you don't get hit.
Right. So nonetheless, that was
Less talking, more eating the
A
boar.
lesson in levels was what that was.
so we're gonna do one more.
Fair words don't fill my
yeah.
belly.
So we're gonna do one more role playing
Okay.
scene.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you guys return triumphantly to the Rusty Dragon,
Boar all around.
and again, Amiko
Didn't work
is.
for me.
Amiko, I'm gonna need those sutures again.
Yes. So Amiko is, of course, thrilled at your return. My, you continue to impress. First, the goblin attack, and now you bring back one of the largest boars I've ever seen. You are extremely, extremely impressive, heroes. I'm honored that you are guests here at my inn.
Azius is the one who finished him off.
Of course he
This
is.
beard isn't just for looks.
A stout dwarf is himself, and it's not often that I can find anyone who can outdrink me.
Oh.
She's like Marion from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah.
You know the
She-
brunette?
She outdoes the.
She outdrinks the guy.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you guys take a breather, take a rest. Aldern continues to tell you like crazy, strip club stories of like his time in Magnamar and being wealthy, and you guys are, waiting for the boar to cook,
Smells delicious.
and suddenly, the door to the inn slams open, and
Slams open.
Turn my head.
and an elderly Tian man
Oh, daddy.
comes in.
Is that ugly teal?
Tian.
Tian.
Yeah, and-
It's basically this
Yeah.
Tian. It's basically this.
Does that have to do with Dragon Ball Z?
No, they basically are an Asian culture in this world.
Merchant looking dude.
Well, he looks like he's Asian.
He's an
descent.
Asian-looking man, but he comes in.
Okay.
The door to the inn slams open, and an elderly Tian man walks into the. Say something clever.
That must be Mr.
Lang
Kaijitsu.
And barks out in
What?
Minkayan, which is basically Chinese. Amiko, come to and he's like barking and yelling, and suddenly Amiko appears from behind the bar and starts yelling back at her father. Like again, they're all speaking Minkayan. Lots of Chachi Shosong Chiswan Tushi.
I don't know the
Yeah,
language.
And they're
I
just
know,
like-
I just keep drinking.
They're going back and forth, and then like she kind of points to kind of motions around, and he turns and goes, You are the ones who have been stirring up the goblins the last few weeks.
Nah. It's sort of reactive, not,
Please, these raids are from your fault. What have you to say for yourself? And now you bring my daughter into this. Such shame.
Leader of the foot. It reminds me of.
And what about you, you disgusting little cur? I don't care what they say. You are a goblin and are as bad as all the rest.
All right. First off, I'm gonna push this guy.
Feature.
You need to calm down.
If you touch me again, it will be the last thing that you ever do.
You need to talk normal.
Talk normal.
Sounds a little racist.
What I mean
I
is,
heard-
you need to take your tone down 2 notches before you come barging
Again,
in
I just
here
keep
yelling
sipping
at
my drink. I
people.
don't know what is going on.
And we are the heroes of Sandpoint.
Heroes, you are a bunch of thieves and mercenaries.
What have you
cutthroats
done,
and brigands.
sir? What have you done?
My business has brought prosperity to this town. This town owes its livelihood to my business.
Oh, yeah?
Yes,
I have
What
defended
do they
this
have?
town.
defended it. You're lucky this town even took you in, you orphan.
So
Ask
we can stop
everybody.
defending it and let your business drop to the ground by the goblins. How about that?
Yes, ask your daughter about how we saved the rusty dragon.
I do not care about
Hard
this
to run a
place.
factory with no workers who are dead.
And maybe
Ooh.
this goblin's attack is reprisal for your antics in the mosswood.
You don't even know us. What are you talking about?
I am well paid. I pay well to be informed of all things happening which might impact my business.
Who's informing you?
It's possible that I am being informed by local rangers.
It's been said that these goblin attacks were stirred up by some human paying the goblins.
Some
And the only
longshanks.
person I know with money is you.
He looks insulted and flushes for a moment.
Damn.
How dare you! He turns to Amiko and then speaks in Mincayan. What do you? And with that, he turns back and he goes, "You are nothing but a filthy band of vagrants, adventurers, just like my whore daughter."
Damn.
Didn't know she was into that.
Bet you won't hit him though.
And with that, he turns and he yells at his daughter and he goes and he grabs Amiko by the hair.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. We
Nah.
gotta.
Well, there's a band of adventurers
Yeah.
here that will not let that slide.
All right, so you guys-
He's just gonna stand up now.
Yeah, you've been drinking. Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off my stool about the same height I was.
Yeah.
You shrink. You get
Yeah.
off the stool.
And I will point my my hammer at him and say, "I advise you to release the woman."
He looks at you and his eyes go wide in shock. This is none of your concern.
You have made it my concern. I'll stop my hammer down onto the ground because I have that big staff. It's a war hammer.
Right.
It looks like I've almost completely sobered up by the actions of him. It's a little off-taking. I was
just-
drunk before.
Distracted for a moment, Amiko twists free and takes her ladle of soup that she's been making
Oh.
and bashes her father
Not
on the head.
chili.
Oh yeah.
And she goes, "Get out of here! Get out of here and never come back!" The old man turns and storms to the door and then turns back and he goes, "Fine. You're as dead to me as your whore mother."
Oh, this guy is not. This guy's
Yeah,
not
I
nice.
definitely don't like this guy
This
anymore.
guy's a real dick.
First
He
I thought
slams the door.
What a man.
Yeah, he keeps saying. He keeps calling everyone whores too.
he's got a filthy tongue and he has a.
Oh,
I don't like the way he.
Amiko's eyes are, she's like furious,
yeah.
but at that last barb about
the mom,
her dead mother,
mom.
her eyes are like brimming with tears.
Mm.
But she's like,
Can I get a water?
"Well, I'm going to have to clean this ladle really well because jackass stew is not on the menu."
How good was that stew? I'd still eat from that ladle. Are you okay?
Everybody in the tavern cheers and applauds. She goes,
Yeah.
"I am okay. I am so sorry that my father is so very rude to you."
I don't mind rudeness, but there comes a time.
And there's nothing you could do. It seems like all of the problems are already his. Nothing to do with you.
I know. He is an angry man and a very hateful man. Ever s-
Why?
I have a brother who is half elven.
Oh,
I knew I didn't like him.
Plot twist.
I am not half elven.
a second. Wait, he's calling your mother the whore? So
No, meaning his mother or her mother had a son,
An affair with an elf.
an affair with an elf.
oh, so her brother, not
Yeah. Her brother is a half elf.
Is that her half brother?
That's I mean,
Okay.
technically, I guess it would be her half brother.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Same
That
mom.
bro.
Same
Mother,
mom.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. And that's why he said, "You're as dead to me as your whore mother."
Oh.
That's
Tell
dark.
us, yeah. Okay, I'm starting to put the pieces together.
Yeah, holidays must be a.
Growing up was very difficult. I left to become an adventurer, and my father never understood. He believed that I was abandoning our family. He believed that I was walking out on my duties as his daughter. I thought he was an unreasonable jackass.
I mean, that's the consensus, I think.
I returned to
That's what I
town.
know.
I returned to town when my mother died
Hmm.
several years ago. My brother came to the funeral. There was a large fight.
Between.
Everyone. I have not spoken to my brother since, and I thought that I would stay in town so that I could try to look after my father as he grows old.
Cut your losses. Give
I-
it to that guy.
Well,
Yeah,
I
blood
think
is blood.
I think I just have.
Us
I know you do not
dwarven
speak
knows.
Mincaean, but I have, I believe, just been cut out of the will, as it goes.
Yeah, what I heard in common was bad enough.
In any case, it is difficult to be a dutiful daughter, but I have putting that behind me.
Jesus.
Anyways, thank you. I'll tell you what.
You're welcome.
I will extend your free rooms and board for another full week.
Hey,
It seems keeping
And more
you.
ale?
It seems keeping you around is a good idea.
Yeah,
Trouble
the
like that is
protectors.
coming up here.
All right. So if you came to Amiko's aid, go ahead and grant yourself a hero point.
Wow.
Which I definitely did.
I will let you make that self decision. So, with that, Amiko says, "Okay, boar stew has to be made. It won't make itself. All right, heroes.
What was in that ladle though? Let me get a little.
No. Come on." She like pulls out one of his like old gray stringy hairs. She goes, "You know what? I'm burning this.
That's my belly.
Give it another hour. Here. And she passes you another ale.
Calories.
Liquid meal.
Liquid courage.
Liquid courage. All right. Amiko goes back and finishes this stew, and you guys enjoy another night where basically the townsfolk just are coming in. They're all like, they want to shake your hands. They want to buy you rounds. They want to pat you on the back. They want to hear stories
So I'm
about.
pretty drunk then tonight.
It's nighttime.
Yep.
We're gonna sleep. I quickly cast Burning Hand 3 times.
Okay.
And just catch a bunch of shit on fire.
in her bar. It seems so rude.
I'm just joking because my
Oh.
spells they renew every morning. So
Why don't you do some-
I got spells.
why
All
don't you do
right.
some
Well, no,
tricks?
don't.
I've got
you-
jump.
Okay, because
I'll jump around.
what would happen if at like 5 a.m. you got attacked?
Why don't you do one trick for the
Oh, that
townspeople?
I could my prestidigitation.
Yeah, why don't you do some
I mean,
that's a cantrip. I
yeah.
could do that.
All right, yeah,
I've
man.
been doing that left and
Tricks for
right.
Do you have any performance skills?
Oh, I sure do.
Why don't you go ahead and make a performance check to see if you can improve your standing in the town?
Well, all right. 10.
Well, you're able to put on a delightful performance that is
No one showed up.
that everyone.
Someone there is doing some
It's
shit.
one of those things where if it was like regular, they'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, and maybe give you $1. But because you're Burl, hero of Sandpoint, they're all like, "Yeah, that was great."
Burl, hanging out with the buddy.
I mean, 10
Azius,
is totally reasonable.
Sure.
He'd been drinking, and Burl does not often drink. He's
Right.
a small gnome. He's
Right.
3'3". He's not,
So,
so he was a
one
little
need.
he was a little off on his performance.
It's like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street. Like Burl's like imagining him like putting 5 balls up in the air and he's like twirling fire, but then
yeah.
like the real view of it is
Yeah,
he's just passed out on the
he's
side, like,
barely getting out of his car.
bumping into tables,
they did that with Always Sunny with the
dropping all the balls.
when they're at the dance for the reunion, high school reunion, and they think they're doing the that great dance number, and then it cuts to them what they're actually doing. Like they're drunk, their shirts off. It's just like,
Yes.
Right.
That is what Burl is doing at the bar.
Yeah.
Shirts off with a
Yeah.
gnome.
Did I have time to suture wound 1 to nothing? Miss?
yeah,
Yes,
overnight.
yes,
I mean,
yes,
when we
yeah.
sleep for the night. Right?
All right. As the night grows long, Azius.
I mean, I'm pretty passed out, I assume.
Right. Exactly.
Drunk, passed out. I might be sleeping at the bar. I don't even know
Exactly.
if I make my room.
It might be at the bar.
This woman tries to seduce you.
Oh, hello.
I am easily seduced by this woman.
Okay.
I don't even know.
He's been
that she's-
drinking.
Heyo!
We won't even get into it because Azius probably doesn't remember. But needless to say, at some point during the night, a fiery, breasty, red-headed woman appears, takes Azius by the arm, and leads him upstairs to the room.
Yeah, easily seduced.
Easily
Ooh.
sedued.
Can
You-
he
you-
remember
you-
a name or a class or
you don't know.
Okay.
Everybody asked me, she was hot.
Yeah.
Like a 10, guys. Like a 10.
No. This is Azius with a beer. Like tomorrow, I'll be like, actually, she
Yeah.
looks like this.
Here's the beer goggles.
I'm like, actually,
Yeah. So this is who he said I got seduced by. Okay.
Hey, little girl.
Yeah, so I definitely went in, but he says by tomorrow it was probably this.
Oh god damn.
That looks like the lady from Matilda.
all right. So
Okay,
you
yes.
guys party it up
Whatever you say.
and recover and rest. And Aldern informs you that he's leaving for Magnamar, but he gives you guys his, permission and to come visit him in his townhouse in Magnamar if you're ever in town. And he looks forward to it. And it was a pleasure and it was an honor and he can't believe it. And Gore, stay in touch. You guys better come back to Magnamar.
He
And,
does. He has a serious crush. He has a good man
a
crush.
bit of a man crush.
Yeah.
And with that, you guys drink, and then you look around. Azius is missing. You're like, where'd he go? You're like, oh, I don't know. No one saw him leave. And then before you know it, the bar is shutting down, and you guys call it a night. So
Something about dying really gets that guy going.
Just real quick.
I almost die every time.
I still haven't been hit yet, so no
You
hit
still
point.
haven't been
Not that one.
all right. So as the session ends, sort of a cutaway.
Mm-hmm.
Like a in media res, like in a different scene. Father Xantus is going down a stone crypt and with a lantern raised above him, and kind of shines the light up ahead, and you see that there's a crypt, like a stone crypt, but the door to the stone door to the crypt is broken and blown open,
From which way?
like from outside.
Outside in.
Yeah,
Mm.
like
Someone
someone
entered it.
Someone
Grave
broke
robbers
into
or
the
something.
tomb.
Yeah.
And like the light shines in, and he kind of turns to the side, and Sheriff Hemlock is with him. As I told you, Sheriff, something has broken into Father Ezekiel's tomb. That's the former priest,
The guy who burned.
the guy who
down.
burned to death in the cathedral.
Cathedral.
The sheriff kind of looks into the crypt and he goes, "I think we have a job for our heroes."
Mm.
And then the screen go fade to black.
Ooh, I wonder if he was like doing some kind of weird ritual, and then he accidentally burned everything down, and then now someone's trying to like reclaim some kind of.
The world may never know.
All right. So next time we will start with the sheriff and the father coming to you to help you investigate. The,
We don't know what happened.
Me,
We just know someone broke in.
you don't
I'm
even
having
know
a
that
10
yet.
life.
This is more of like a
Foreshadow.
foreshadow, a
don't
sneak
bother
preview.
me. I'm having
Right.
many
He's
adventures.
having an evening.
Right. All right, guys. Well done and good job. So join us next time when we will investigate, when we continue episode 1 of Rise of the Runelord, Burnt Offerings, as we go to part 3, Glass and Wrath.
Mm.